For today's recipe, you'll need eggs, smoked sausage, a little bit of cheese, milk, onion, this one's from my garden, chard, these are from my garden, creole seasoning, garlic powder, onion powder. Hey foodies, welcome to Foodie Friday. My name is Keisha and this is my channel Saving Greens Homestead. And you guys, last week's breakfast I thought was really fun to do, so I decided to do it again. Today I'm going to be making a frittata for you guys and show you how I do it. And as you saw in the opening sequence, I've already did all my prep work, so it shouldn't take long for breakfast to be made. I'm going to be serving this with a side of grits, and I'm going to get that put on and started, and this won't take long at all. It'll be quick and easy breakfast that's healthy using some of the things from my garden. So you guys don't know how happy I am to be able to go out and pick stuff fresh out of my garden and use. I have my burner up on high pretty much, and I'm going to add a little bit of oil in here to get us started. Okay, now I'm going to add my sausage and onions. You guys, I love onions. And these onions did not disappoint though. When I was cutting them up, I was crying. Because they're so potent, so strong. And I don't know if you can, yeah, you can see it, how the onion is like in rings like this. It's because that onion started to go to flower, and it comes up on a thick, tall stalk, the flower does. But all of that is edible still, so that's why I went on ahead and cut it up and used it in here. So I'm just going to let this start to cook and caramelize, and I'll show you guys what I mean as we get to that point. Now usually with frittatas, you use an oven, and you put it in an oven and let the egg rise and everything get all good and fluffy and pretty. But You guys, my oven broke. And I guess it was when I did my seed swap here at the house, and I was trying to put some water in one of those tall drink dispensers, and my sink nozzle, it can pull away from the basin so I can fill up stuff like that, and I overshot the container and shot my oven, and the circuit board on my oven burnt out. So I have no oven. So I'm going to be doing all of this on the stove, which is an option. If you're like me and you have a broke oven, then you can do this on the stove. So, let's see. It's starting, you can see on this one where it's starting to get a little brown. So I will be back when it gets to how I want it to be and show you what the next steps are. Okay, so this is the way that I like my sausages and stuff to be, and my onion. I like the little brown bits and the caramelization. So now I'm going to add to this my chard. And so I'm just going to let this cook down a little bit. You can let the chard cook down as much as you like. I don't like mine all wimpy and wilted a lot. But I do like it cooked down some, so I'll show you what that looks like. If you like yours a little crunchier or a little more raw, then you can just skip, get it to where you want it and continue on to the next part. So I'm going to add in my spices, garlic powder. I'm almost out of my garlic powder. I gotta go buy some more. Look at that. That's it. That's the end of it. I use garlic in everything, so I can't let that happen. It's time to go to the store. And then onion powder. And then creole seasoning. So I'm going to get this here's the one. I'm going to lower my flame to low. Want to make sure I get all of the sausage and chard evenly distributed, because you don't want somebody to be like, hey, you got more sausage than me. My husband, he does that. And although I know he messing around, it drives me crazy. Okay, so you saw in the opening video that I added milk to my eggs. I always add milk or water to my eggs to stretch them. This is 3 eggs, and it's gonna stretch really nicely. Makes it seem like you have more. And the milk makes it a little creamier. So right now I'm just trying to make sure the egg is distributed evenly. And now I'm just going to cover this for a little bit and let it start to thicken. So I'll be back when it's time for the next step. Okay. That is looking really, really good. So I'm going to add the cheese on top here. And I'm going to top it with some fresh onions, green onions, left over from the onion that I cut up in here. So now I'm going to cover this and I'm just going to let this finish off. And I'll be back to you when it's ready. Okay, you guys, it's time to check this and see if it's done. Ooh, look at that. That looks really, really good. Now when you cook this in the oven, all of this around here would have that golden, you know, the cheese would be all golden and pretty and everything. It lacks that when you do it this way, but this way still works and it's still very tasty and good. So I'm gonna cover this and I'm just gonna let the steam and everything finish off that, and I am going to check everything else and make sure everything else is ready, and then you know what time it is. It will be time to plate it up. So let me grab everything that I need and I will get back to you when I go to plate everything up. Okay, you guys, so you saw that caramelized crust, right, on the sides, and it just looks good. It lifted pretty well, so now all it is now it's time for me to try it for you and tell you what I think. This plate is kind of hot. Okay. It tastes really good. You can taste the chard, the greenness of it. And chard, if you're not familiar, tastes much like spinach. It's just a little thicker walled than spinach. And the onions are sweet and good. And that sausage is really good. I can taste that flavor in there. So you guys, this is a winner. You guys, it's a really good dish to make for breakfast. And it sounds all fancy, you know, frittata. Sounds all fancy. Anyways, you guys, thank you so much for joining me this morning. And I hope that you have a great day. And I'll see you again next Friday for yet another Foodie Friday episode. So thank you, and as always, God bless.
This looks good. Some sausage. Hey, you got more sausage than me.